a special welcome to tonight's honoree, Mr. Carlos Slim, his family, friends who have joined us.
It's really great to be here, and Carlos was so thrilled to be here tonight. Paul, he was so thrilled. He bought the hotel. And the room rates have been increased 20% if you're staying in the hotel. I'm glad to join Ralph in welcoming you to this very special occasion, the presentation of the Dwight David Eisenhower Global Leadership Award to Carlos Slim. This is a wonderful night. I would like to take the opportunity, before we go any farther, to introduce my wife, because the whole idea for Aura TV began with her. I met with Carlos in Mexico City with my friend Kurt Rappaport. We came back and we're kicking around ideas, and Sean came up with the idea of Aura TV. So would you take a bow, Sean King.
My name is Peter Tuchansky. I'm the president of the Business Council for International Understanding. I want to reiterate thanks to Mr. Slim and his family who have made the journey for this occasion. We are really honored and look forward to continuing our relationship to identify projects whereby the American business community and BCIU could work together to help investment and trade with Mexico. You know, we heard a reference to Jefferson and Eisenhower. At this point, historians have them running neck and neck, actually. And, you know, actually Mexico is running neck and neck with the BRICS. And how did this happen? Well, of course, the credit goes to the Mexican people, but also to Mexico's entrepreneurs. And those who are in the room tonight, Mr. Slim, your sons and your colleagues who are running some of your businesses, you're literally expanding the middle class. You're focusing your philanthropy on inclusion. This is a story of growth and opportunity, but there's a gap between the perception of Mexico and the reality. Closing this gap is an education process, particularly with the global business media, and this will take a long-term effort. Although a lot is already being done, BCIU would like to launch a campaign to narrow that gap by organizing well-prepared delegations of CEOs from Mexico to engage the U.S. business media. The CEOs, in effect, become Mexico's business ambassadors. We will communicate the narrative of Mexico that's on the move, and in a sense, in a small way, promoting international understanding as part of a sustained effort to communicate Mexico's vast contribution to the hemisphere and to the globe.
Thank you, Larry. I got to tell you something. I miss you. CNN, how about it for Larry King for doing such a superb job? There's only one Larry King and one like him, folks. Carlos, my friend, Aki, please come to me. This is a surprise, but I need you up here. Our guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carlos Slim. Please, Carlos. Please, yes. Thank you. It's the only way we get to be as tall as each other, my brother. You know? Folks, I must tell you, I have known this wonderful man for many, many years. And when Carlos called me recently and said, you must come to this dinner, I'm being honored, etc., etc., I said, I would love to come, Carlos, because we've spent many, many good times together. I think the one unknown dynamic, when you live in the world of celebrity, people are always kissing a you-know-what. But when I sit with Carlos and I watch this man, when you see the real Carlos Slim, away from all of that, this is one wonderful human being who has given back, and I can go on and on as to how gracious this man is. My Way has been a very important song to Carlos, and I thought to myself, I can't just show up here tonight and just have dinner and leave because I may never see a night like this again for my friend. I originally wrote this lyric for Frank Sinatra. I waited quite a few years because I was afraid to give him things that I was writing as a kid. You know, lonely boy, puppy love. He would have thrown me out a window or been a horse's head in my bed one night. You never know with him. So I said, I've got to change the lyric because my friend deserves it. So Carlos, tonight, this is from me to you and from all of us. Señor, as tributes pour, I have one more upon you to shower. Tonight, it's your spotlight in the name of Dwight D. Eisenhower. For you and all you do, for shining through in such a sure way. This song I send to my Habibi friend. Here's my way, your way. To start, passion and heart. Rodin, fine art, makes you ebullient. It's clear that you revere memories so dear of your dad, Julian. Immersed in progress first, but when you thirst to leave all behind you, everyone says the Sea of Cortez, that's where we'll find you. Give him a hand, folks. He loves it there. As your financial interests shift from Powerball to fiscal cliff, whatever that is. Fiscal cliff. Anybody understand this? Huh? All I know is the Secretary of the Treasurer last week was at a 7-Eleven buying a bunch of lottery tickets. One thing for sure we know is true. That's all just pocket change to you. These days, Forbes states you've trumped Bill Gates, and you've done it your way. We know, yes, absolutely. We know in Mexico, you've helped it grow with inspiration. So wise how you advise. The growth relies on education. With pride, you change fates worldwide. And although you've tried, get out your hankies. Even the Pope says there's no hope for your and my favorite team, the damn Yankees. Your wife, Sumaya, lives safely in your heart. And your great kids, quick to impart. Each loves you so, their hearts you fill. They thank God they're in the will. As we reflect with love and respect, we thank you. Your way. Carlos Slim. Thank you. we feel, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows he took the blows. Wait. Thank you. Carlos Wade.
Oh, I read it properly. I just don't own anything else. I can't sing and I can't hold the tune, so you're going to have to put up with some words about Carlos. But anyway, thanks very much for those kind words, Larry, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to first add my congratulations to Peter Tuchansky and Ralph Gerson and everyone who's associated with the BCIU for the medal that was awarded tonight by the Commerce Department. I think we all know that the BCIU does a tremendous job of fostering international understanding, and its work has become much more important to the world every year. So as I looked at the schedule for tonight, I realized that I will be speaking after a famous singer such as Paul Anka, who I never thought I would ever meet in my life, to be honest, Paul. I'm just flabbergasted. I'm sitting right across from you. I'm going to take a picture of this before you go. And a true cultural icon in Larry King, and that I will precede Carlos Slim, a man that Forbes magazine recently ranked as number 11 on its list of the most powerful people in the world. Just so you know, this was a few spots above Michael Bloomberg, Warren Buffett, and François Hollande, the President of France. And so it's my honor now to introduce officially Carlos Slim, who's renowned for both his stunning success as a business entrepreneur, as an investor, but also for his humanitarian work. I've been privileged to get to know Carlos as a friend, a connection that stems first from both of us being members of the Philip Morris Board of Directors. And one of the many traits that I admire about Carlos is his wide-ranging mind, which accounts for his eclectic interests, as you saw in the video, from history to astrophysics and from nature to baseball. Having had the pleasure of visiting the Sumaya Museum in Mexico City, I can personally vouch for his passion for the arts, and this was a major cultural gift that was made by Carlos to his countrymen, one in which he shares his vast collection of art free of charge to visitors. I was greatly impressed by this museum, which includes the biggest collection of work by Rodin outside of France, as well as art by numerous masters from Renoir to Van Gogh, and the last mural painted by the Mexican artist Diego Rivera. And the Rivera piece especially resonates with me because one of his most notable works was the amazing series of murals at the Detroit Institute of Art. He painted the Detroit industry murals in the 1930s as a tribute to the city's industrial strength and its workers. And at the time, it was an era of pride and boundless energy in the Motor City that we at Chrysler worked hard to rekindle. And so I feel that there's a special bond between Mexico, Detroit, and Carlos' artistic spirit. Simone Weil, the French philosopher and social activist, once said that art is a symbol of two noblest human efforts, to construct and to refrain from destruction. And this, to me, exemplifies what Carlos Slim is about. He's a builder, and like many great builders or great artists, he's a true visionary. It is no accident that he's built much of his business empire around the field of telecommunications, anticipating what futurist Alvin Toffler referred to as the third wave, which was the transition to the information age of society. He has also proven to be brilliant in recognizing the value in troubled companies by working to turning them around, whether they were in the mining, real estate, finance, or even the New York Times, of which he's the second largest shareholder. So his companies have played a major role in driving economic growth and helping to create a strong middle class in Latin America, a region that is home to more than 600 million people. As you heard, Carlos was only 25 when he began building Grupo Carso, And like other great companies, Grupo Carso lives by a set of core principles that have enabled the company and its people to persevere and to prosper through the inevitable ups and downs of business cycles. And one of these principles is that corporate creativity is not just applicable to business, but also to solving many of society's problems. Carlos has personally exhibited the sense of social responsibility, donating more than $4 billion to the foundation named after him, which focuses on areas such as education, healthcare, care, nutrition, wildlife preservation. And one mark of the foundation is that it aims its efforts at making fundamental change to improve society, for example, by funding digital education to create a computer-savvy generation of Mexicans. And Carlos' actions demonstrate the essence of leadership, which is to personally assume the moral duty to act, to embrace a role in creating hope for the future for the generations that follow us. The future is not just the responsibility of governments, it is an individual and a collective responsibility that we all share. Carlos is a shining example of someone who looks beyond the walls of his office and who understands the true measure of leadership is not just the value of what you accomplish today, but in the legacy that you leave behind. Throughout his professional career, Carlos has received the longest list of awards that I've ever seen for his merit in business, for his contribution to community development, for his philanthropic work and his humanitarian trajectory. But if I was to read them all, it would take me the whole evening. And so, Carlos, I'm delighted to present you this original work by a sculptor who we both met tonight and who resides in the Tuscan coastal town of Pietrasanta. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my friend and the winner of the 2012 Dwight D. Eisenhower Global Leadership Award, Carlos Slim. Ralph, come on. Use the stairs.
You want me to double introduce you? Congratulations, Carlos, my friend.
Good evening. I am really very pleased, very honored, and very grateful to all of you to being here. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your words, Larry and all the friends, Sergio, and Paul. We have a very near friendship with all of them. I am also very happy to have here many friends from Mexico. One of the possibilities is that I give the name of all of them, and with this I finish. But thank you for coming. There are many friends from Mexico, many of them that I admire a lot. I am also very happy that my family is here. We used to take dinner every Monday, and now we took dinner yesterday and today. That's better. All of them are here, including my 20 grandchildren that We are waiting him for February. And we will applaud for him. It's really very special to receive this award from the BCIU. Thank you very much to the President, to Peter Tishansky, but also to the Chairman, Ralph Herson, and for the words to the Undersecretary of Commerce, Francisco. Thank you very much, Francisco Sanchez. You were very kind. And to the advice of Larry, that was a good advice about the building. The pity is that it's a little late, Larry. It was already done, 6 years late maybe. But I am really also very glad that many of the friends are here, but also to have here our ambassador, Arturo Sarucán, that is with us, the ambassador of Mexico, also the ambassador of Peru and Colombia. Thank you for coming. My friends and colleagues from AT&T and Philip Morris that are also with us. They delay his trip back to home. Our friends after the meeting we have this morning. Thank you for being here. And for everyone, thank you very much for being with us and with me today. It's a big emotion what has happened. It's a big emotion to be with you, to, like I tell, to look so many friends together with me and my family, and to receive this very important award from the hands of Sergio, that I admire him and his work and how he do and how he improve the things of a very difficult industry. And it's very special, grateful to Larry and Paul. We saw what Paul have done. It was fantastic that this so special song, he put some words for me, and thank you very much, Paul. And he told me a few months ago, not too long ago, that the precious moments that we have, the precious time that we have in life, we should get together more often. And I think that's what the very good friends should be done, that we lose too much the convivencia, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? No, I don't know. To live and to be together. And that's something that we should do with all the people we love. And I do that with my family, but I think it's very important to go beyond the family and do that with the friends that we love more often, especially now where many of them live far away of where we are doing our regular, the cotidianity, regular life. And I want also to tell that well, I believe at least that it is clear that historically in all the economic activities that have happened in the history, all of them need the combination of human resources, human capital, and financial capital. And each time is more necessary. That's why it's so important to work in human capital. That means to give health and education. Education for the people, especially in this digital age, is very important to have the people with better training, better knowledge, because if we are living in a society of technology, information, and knowledge, people need to be very highly educated to this new society. But also, that's very clear, that's very important, but it's also important to create the jobs that these people need, to invest and push these activities where new jobs are going to be created, in these jobs that are being creating these activities that are creating jobs. It should be very concerned to look that in this time of creation of wealth, easy creation of goods, low-cost goods, to create these things so easy with big machines, very fast machines that make it in very low cost. We have the paradox of poverty, and we have something that is worse. It's not important that the economies worldwide get flat or get down 1% or 2% or grow 1%. The real problem is the social problem of the jobless, is of the unemployment. Is the problem of the young people. We are looking in Europe, in a few countries, that they are more than 50% unemployed, and they are losing not only the possibility of employment, but also the hope. They don't have hope. And that is very important to make the structural changes to solve this problem. We are looking that this problem is mainly in the Western world. We see that Asia and Middle East, including Latin America, is not in so bad condition, but it's really very important to address this big problem of unemployment and not hope, and the activity, the economic activities that are very important for creating these jobs are not there. And in our countries, in this environment, difficult environment, we have the challenge, and that's one reason that from maybe 10 years ago, I left the boards of the group and many boards to take the challenge for Latin America, looking for our development, looking for go ahead to get out of the underdevelopment that we have lived for many years. We were living for many years with so many people in poverty, so many people marginal, out of the modernization, that doesn't have education, doesn't have so many times health, and doesn't have a job. That is the way to get out of poverty with dignity. And that's what we are trying to do. And I think it's at least clear for me that the foundations are important, but not for charity, but for help to create this human capital by nutrition, health, and education, and culture, sports, etc., but also to work in a special way in these activities that create new jobs, Which are them? Information technology is one of them. Other is entertainment. Other activities is healthcare. And there are many activities that, like we are going to live more years, we will need a lot of support from these jobs. But also, I think, and especially for developed countries, they need to move and make big changes. Instead of retiring at 60 or maybe 65 years and working 5 days a week, I think they should move to 70 or more years. I believe more years, but let's say 70 to make it easy to convince. And maybe to work only 3 days. Only 3 days, 11 hours, I don't know, 12 hours. With this will increase the employment, the possibility of new people to work there, and also that people have a better life, having 4 days for living with his family, for studying with the friends, and to great and good for consumption. Also, it's very important to be clear that for thousands of years, maybe 10,000 years, the people that was in poverty was a ethical problem. It was a ethical and moral problem to take them out or to support them or to help them, many times with charity and other programs. But now it's very important to realize that it's an economic need. Poverty is a problem since the economic point of view, because in the economic point of view, you have them out of the marginalized of the modern economy. They are not in the market, they are not with education, they are not trained to do some jobs, and now you need people trained, people educated, people with knowledge, but also people that are part of the economy and part of the market. The Undersecretary was telling that the importance of middle class creations, and that's, I think, one of the most important points. Create middle class, growing the number of people that are there, but also improving his level to being in middle class. And I think that is also very important. I was telling about all the friends. I am very grateful with Kip to be here. Thank you, Kip, for being here. My friends from Mexico. Actually, one of them, in a few days ago, said in a school, in the naval school, Navy school, he told to the cadets, and the Undersecretary helped me to make it the traduction. Make success a habit. No? Make success a habit. I think that is very important. Not to have sometimes success and leave because we make a success 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 25 years ago. It should be a habit. Also, yesterday in a dinner, Harold Buffet says something that is very important. We are clear that I am taking too much time. Well, I will finish fast. He said that we are clear about sense of urgency. The sense of urgency is used, but talking about what we should do for the people, he told millions of people are waiting us. Millions of people are waiting that we work, that we invest, that we create jobs, that we give them education, that we give health, and also to improve themselves. That's a great thinking. Millions of people are waiting us. I think that also I have said sometimes, it's another friend, that it's important to leave a better country to our children, but it's more important to leave better children to our country. And I am sure that my children will make it better than me, stronger, and will help to look for the development of our countries, not only Mexico, Latin America, develop the welfare, and create the jobs that we need every time better and more. Thank you very much.